What is the top tier man? The high value man conversation. I feel like I see a different video about this every other day. What's up, guys? Definition of a man. Hey, I saw this video online the other day. This actually came out months and months back, but I thought it was a very interesting dialogue. Shout out to tonight's conversation, a very popular show that's out right now where men and women talking about relationships, a number of different just relationship driven topics. And in this segment, they were talking about top tier men. And so the guy right here, Cooley is, I believe, his name. He's got a podcast and he was having an exchange with Donnie Wiggins. Shout out to Donnie. I like her on Social Proof Podcast with her and David Shands. Been watching that show for a few years now. Really, really dope show. Shout out to them. So the exchange gets a little heated and is really interesting. So I'm not going to give it all away, but Cooley is talking about kind of his definition of what he believes makes him a top tier man. And Donnie chimes in with what she believes. So I thought it was an interesting dialogue and I just wanted to, watch it and I'll get some thoughts on it. We'll chat about it here in a minute.
Today, women just don't qualify for the top tier men, and that is the truth.
Do you believe you're a top tier man? By what standard?
I'm 6'4", only about what? 8% of the entire world is 6'4". I make well over 100K a year. And I'm black at that if you add that on. So just if we're speaking about those figures, the things that women are attracted to, no, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I'll let you do the math.
Hold on, before we go, what's your math saying?
The conversation and the words that are coming out of the mouth of someone like you, I would never consider top tier. A top tier man is also a man that is extremely desirable by way of his character. A top tier man is a man who displays a certain level of intellect that allows him to consider other people. A top tier man, they lead with love, not with dictatorship, right? They don't want to control their woman. They want to gently lead their woman. A top tier man creates space for a woman to feel good about herself. A top tier man supports the dreams and the ideas of a woman. A top tier man prioritizes a woman. A top tier man is in leadership and working as hard as he is to give the woman the life of her dream.
And with all that stuff that you just said, that was just womanese talk.
Womanese is also 6'4", black, attractive. I don't know too many women in my circle who desire a 6'4" man still wearing braids.
Man, what do y'all think? What do you all think? I want to see you all in the comments. I want to hear, do you all agree with Cooley or do you all agree with Donnie? I mean, I know what I think. Let me just go on. So what I found really interesting, Donnie, in her response to the question of what does she believe is a top tier man, didn't say anything about money. Now, I know what some of y'all might be thinking, right? Like, yeah, I mean, she didn't say that, but y'all, you know, most women want us to be making X amount of dollars. They want us to either own a business or have this much in our salary. Like a lot of us, like as men, like we think that's the main thing we need to focus on is the financial aspect, right? The whole high value man conversation that got popularized with Kevin Samuels years ago, RIP to him, and the whole red pill community and that mindset and frame of thinking, a lot of the high value men, a lot of the conversations that I used to hear and a lot of that content when I hear it now is very financially driven when I hear it. Like the brother Cooley, right? Like his thing, I'm 6'4", I make over 100K a year. Like it's very much the material things and the superficial, how I look, my money, what I got, right? And look, let's be real. Like, let's just stop with there's a lot of women that are attracted to that. Like, let's just be honest. I mean, he's not lying with that, right? Like, there's a lot of women that would be attracted to that. Let's call it what it is. Right? I think the thing we got to think about, though, is that what you want? Like, do you want a woman that wants you for your money? Do you want a woman that wants you for your status? Is that what you want? So what happens if you lose your money? What happens if you lose your status? What happens if you're not hot anymore? Like, you had a good year in your business, you had a good run for 5 years, and year 6, your business shuts down. Or you're in corporate and you lose your job. Or she likes the way you look. What happens when you get sick? What happens then? Like, the things that Donnie was talking about were more on the side of character. They were more on the side of how a man treats people, your interactions with people, right? I'll be honest, I haven't heard many women give a response like that when asked that question. A lot of the things that I see on the internet, a lot of women, their response when they're asked about what kind of guy do you want, money does get thrown in there. And look, that's cool. If that's what they want, that's cool. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with preferences. I don't think there's anything wrong with you liking a certain kind of person. That's fine. But I just found it very interesting that he went right to the financial and the physical, and she went right to character and integrity. I just thought that was very, very interesting. So as men, like, if you're watching this, what should you be focused on? I think you should be focused on being yourself. Be focused on being yourself. I will tell you, one of the most freeing things at my age, at my big age of 44, is being able to drive my Toyota Camry, a 2016 Toyota Camry, knowing that it's paid off, knowing that I've got no debt, knowing I've got no credit cards in my pocket. And I'm driving around, and I'm not going to impress anybody. Now, granted, I'm married, so I'm not out here on the dating scene or anything like that anyway. But I would personally never want a woman that would not want to date me because I drive a Camry. Like, if I was out here, if I was single and I was dating or whatever, and I pull up in my Toyota Camry, and just because, oh, girl, he got a Camry. And then another dude drives up in a Benz or drives up in whatever he drives up in, and then she wants him because of what he's showing that he's got, right? She can have him. I'm good. Right? Like, that is the way that I would think now. Now, when I was younger, I didn't think that way. Like, when I was younger, I thought, oh, I got to get my money. I've got to hustle. I've got to do this, got to do that. I got to look a certain way, dress a certain way so that I could attract the right woman, right? Because it was about superficial. It was about money. It was about how I looked. That was my mindset. And some of you all, that might be your mindset right now. There's nothing wrong with having ambition. There's nothing wrong with getting money. There's nothing wrong with having purpose. I have purpose. I am very driven. I've just always been that way. But is that what we should center ourselves on? Or should we center ourselves on our character, on our integrity, on keeping our word, on being the kind of men that God has made us to be, on being leaders? Like, should we be centering ourselves on that instead? Because those are the things that last. All that other stuff, money comes and goes. Status comes and goes, right? So, but let me know. I thought it was an interesting dialogue. Again, I know a lot of us are out here. We're trying to get it, trying to hustle. And a lot of us think that's the way. A lot of us think that. But at the end of the day, that may not be the answer. So let me know in the comments. What do you think? Do you agree with Cooley or did you agree with Donnie? Let me know what you think. I thought it was a very interesting exchange. So I'd love to hear what y'all think too. Until next time. See you on the next one.